As Malekith's mad plan to conquer all the realms come to fruition, all the members of Thor's family will be in danger. All this and more in the pages of Thor issue number 13. Let's hop on in together to this War of Realms tie-in and find out what happens next, shall we? Alrighty then, so this little one-shot issue is a focus piece on Kull the Serpent, aka Kull Borson, aka the brother of Odin and uncle of Thor, as well as the Asgardian god of fear. When last we had seen this character, Odin had given his brother a special mission to go in undercover as a double agent within Malekith's rank so he could deal blows to the war machine from the inside. And that's pretty much exactly what he plans to do. Along the way though, he reminisces about his past and growing up with Odin. When they were kids, they would play the Viking version of shot for a shot. Basically, hey, pick any weapon in our dad's armory and you get to hit me one time with it before I kick your ass. Kull says that his younger brother Odin was always so damn predictable, reaching for the biggest, baddest weapon he could find, usually hammers that he couldn't wield, but Kull wasn't like that. When he was allowed to get a hit in, he decided to forego physical damage and go for that good old mental and emotional damage. For you see, even at a young age, little Kull knew exactly what everyone was afraid of, and he was not afraid himself to use that information to cause the most amount of pain. And when his Allfather died, Kull assumed the throne of Asgard for himself, in doing so plunging all of Midgard into a horrible dark age. And it would have stayed that way too if Odin didn't eventually learn to lift Mjolnir in his own right and challenge his brother, defeating him and saving both Asgard and Earth from his darkness. Kull says he had a lot of time to think on that defeat, that while fear might be a powerful weapon, it can also be a very powerful motivator, and when you stoke the flames of fear too much, you can occasionally get burnt by them. Kull would try again to take over Earth and get revenge on his brother and nephew during the Fear Itself storyline, but that also ended up blowing up in his face. Then he died, which was actually not so bad because he got to spend a lot more of his downtime with his brother, and they became a lot closer than they ever were as children, so much to the point when Thor found himself unworthy and a new Thor was running around with the hammer, Odin decided to go to his brother for help. And despite his past indiscretions, he was mostly pretty damn loyal to Asgard. Yeah, he was a dick about it, but time and time again he showed that he actually did care. In fact, before the War of Realms even broke out, in secret Malekith came to Kull and tried to strike a deal with him. Turn against your brother, turn against your family, and in exchange, I will let you rule in your brother's stead, as you were always meant to as the older brother. Shockingly, Kull turned Malekith's offer down, saying that he might be bad, but he's nowhere near as bad as the Dark Elf is. Speaking of which, what exactly was Kull's mission in the Dark Elf realm? Well, it seems that Malekith's soldiers are mining a very powerful crystal mushroom that helps power their Black Bifrost, and if Kull can cut off the flow of mushrooms, then in doing so he can strike a major blow against the dark forces. Kull cuts a bloody swath through the Dark Elf lands, eventually finding the mine in question, where he is horrified to discover the Dark Elves have even enslaved their own children to help feed Malekith's never-ending war machine. The God of Fear makes quick work of the soldiers and is ready to blow the whole mine. Oh, did you think he was going to save the children? Nah, they're Dark Elf kids and they'll just grow up to be Dark Elf adults and he'll have to kill them later, so you know, he's really just saving time here. God of time saving. At least that's what he wants to do at first, then he realizes that the kids actually know who he is as the God of Fear and they've actually been planning to escape themselves this whole time, so all he really has to do is break their chains and be a big damn hero. And the more Kull thinks about that, the more he actually likes that proposal. He's been the God of Fear for so long, and what has it got him? Nothing. But what if he was Kull the breaker of chains, Kull the God of love? Kull, friend to children everywhere. That certainly sounds like a god worth remembering, doesn't it? And because of that, Kull decides to let the kids go. He even covers their escape, sacrificing his own body to take down his attackers and the mine in a single blow. And you know what? His plan of being remembered actually pays off huge, because we see during around the time Freya was holding the Black Bifrost for the rest of her team, a group of guerrilla fighters led by those same children that Kull saved took up his armor and weapons to strike back against the Dark Elf overlords. And it's on that note right there that the comic comes to a close. And so that was Thor issue number 13, everyone. A well put together, if ultimately inconsequential tie-in to the War of Realms. I'm happy to see Kull the Serpent Serpent get an actual proper end to his arc, even if it isn't the one I would have chosen for him, but hey, there it is. He was never really the baddest of bad guys when he came back, and he was really more of a foil for Freya and Jane Foster Thor during that run. But even I have to admit, his selfless I am a good guy now turn came really quick. There is, however, a nice little undercurrent of tragedy that he died on this secret mission that only Odin knew about, and maybe Odin is dead now too, so no one will actually know he died doing a good thing. And maybe at the end of the day, that's exactly how he would like to be remembered. Ultimately, I'd give this a 7 out of 10. It was alright.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I have available from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you might also want to check out my Patreon link down in the description. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. I would really appreciate it. And until next time everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will continue to be making comic book videos that smack of greatness. Bye bye everyone.